All right, this is gonna be the shrimp and slide. We're gonna tie the lighter color one. We got the size 1 bend back in the vise, tan thread. Gonna go ahead and lay down the thread base. You're gonna go just about to where that hook barb stops on the shank. Turn it over. You're gonna take about 1 inch of your 0.03 thickness lead wire. Wrap that down on the bottom. And then wrap it forward. We're making just a little keel weight here. Okay. Now we'll wrap over this to secure it all real nice with the thread. Now come just below it here. We're going to take our crystal core leech yarn, little piece. This is the gold core with the cream. Tie that in just below. And we're just going to wrap over this lead, cover up this bump right here. Trim that off. Now we're ready to flip it back over. Should have a pretty nice little belly right there. Now we're going to take our bucktail. This is kind of like a creamy pink color. Use like the cream color on the bottom here. So it's kind of like a pinkish cream color. So we're going to lay that down right there, about going to go about a hook length past. So that goes down right on top. You wrap it nice and tight so nothing spins. There you go. Trim off those butts. And clean it all up. All right. Bucktail's down. Next step, you're going to grab your just a single strand of Crystal Flash, do a quick V, and just throw that down right on top. You're going to trim it off just a little longer than the bucktail. So you want it to just extend out just a little past there. All right, from there, the bucktail is going to do a great job of kind of protecting that hook shank and staying stiff on the bottom, which helps keeps that fly nice and weedless. Next up, we've got our Arctic Fox. We'll pull those butt sections out. Any of the long weird hairs. Just want a nice even clump. Pull out some of these guard hairs. Alright, something about like that. Okay. So that's going down right on top. You can go slightly shorter than the bucktail. Wrap that down. Okay. All right. Now, at this step is where I like to tie on my bead chain eyes. Okay, these are the hairline stealth bead chain eyes, large size, large bead chain on this guy. There's some good wraps, get them on there. Make sure they're nice and even. Okay. Now, all right. I like to put the eyes on before I tie in the mono from my shrimp eyes here. Okay, next up you're going to be crustacean eyes. Putting these bead chain eyes on just kind of lets you tie in the mono kind of down the hook shank a little bit. I'll show you here what I'm talking about. So you're going to go down with one of these mono crustacean eyes on each side. And make sure you get some wraps around them so they splay outwards. That one's hiding in there. All right, 1, 2 wraps around that guy. So you see how the mono goes over the top of the hook shank, extends out. Tying in your bead chain eyes just kind of lets you bring your thread right up to them, really securing in those mono eyes. But it gives you a nice clean platform right there on top of the hook so you can wrap your EP brush. So this is the 2-inch EP shrimped up brush in sand. So that's going to go down right on top. And we're going to finish it up in front of the bead chain eyes. So grab your hackle pliers and start twisting it on there. We're going to leave a little bit of space in between wraps on this. We don't want it to be super tightly packed. That looks pretty good. Might do one more there. Okay, we'll bring it up, pull some of these hairs out. We're going to make sure we cross over those eyes and finish it off right here in front, right behind the hook eye. Your old pair of scissors, snip off that wire. Clean that up a little bit. I'm going to take my lice comb, going to trim this out, or pluck this out, get those fibers all teased up. Okay, now important thing about this fly is you don't want this material here on the bottom because this flies want to swim hook point up, and this material on the bottom here is not doing any good for you. So we're just going to take your scissors and snip that right off. You can leave a little bit just to kind of give it some body, but we don't need that material on the bottom. And then if your brush is a little too thick, you can come in and just kind of pick some of those extra fibers out of there. You don't want it to be super dense. All brushes are not the same. They're kind of varying thicknesses and sparseness levels, so sometimes you need a little adjustment. Last step there, I'm going to take a brown Sharpie or a brown marker of your choosing and just go in for some subtle barring here. And while it's still wet, you can kind of run your fingers over it. Kind of blend those in a little bit. Okay. Now, grab a piece of 16-pound hard mono. We're going to smush the front of it there. We got a little tie-in point for our weed guard. Right here in front of the eyes. Just a few wraps over the top. A couple wraps around it. Now we can whip finish. And trim this guy about like that. That's your finished fly. You can throw some loon on there. Get it nice and glued up. There you go. That's the shrimp and slide in the cream color. A good shrimpy profile. Super weedless fly. Go fish it.